Good day, everyone. This is Gigi Narrido, PhD Development Administration major in Education Governance, reporting for Dr. Lito de la Cruz for the class Advanced Business Economics under the Graduate School of Business and Management of Philippine Christian University, Manila. This 10-minute report will cover 4 topics: production possibility frontier and opportunity cost, market economy, command economy, and the choice as an economic problem. So, let's get right into it. When we think of a frontier, we think of outer limits or borders. Whether we realize it or not, the economy is a frontier. It is an outer limit on economic production. This is called the production possibility frontier, or PPF. Like most models, the PPF is a simplified version of reality. Let's imagine a single island economy. The Econ Island produces only 2 goods, widgets and gadgets. Econ Isle is a closed economy, which means it doesn't trade with other countries and only consumes what it produces. It uses natural resources such as water, trees, oil, and land used to produce crops. They also use labor or human resources, which is quantity and quality of human effort directed toward producing goods and services. It uses capital resources, which are goods that have been produced and are used to produce other goods and services. Capital resources are the tools used by the people of Econ Isle to produce widgets and gadgets. Econ Isle, like all economies, has a limited quantity of productive resources. This means that the quantity of goods and services they produce is also limited. So what are Econ Isle's production possibilities? If all of Econ Isle's resources are made to produce widgets and gadgets, they would only be able to produce 4 of each. A PPF graph displays the different productions that are possible or even impossible for an economy. Now, let's plot Econ Isle's production possibilities. By connecting the points to form a line, we get an approximation of Econ Isle's different production possibilities. This line is the frontier. For Econ Isle, or any economy, the frontier represents maximum production with available resources. Producing on the frontier assumes the economy is using all available resources and is using them efficiently. This level is also called full employment. The frontier also marks the line between possible and the impossible to produce. If people of the Econ Isle want to produce and consume 5 widgets and 5 gadgets, the frontier shows that there are not enough resources to produce that combination, making it unattainable. In fact, all points below the frontier are attainable and all points above are unattainable, based on the current level of resources. Because resources are scarce, not everyone's wants can be met. The people of Econ Isle would like to increase production of both widgets and gadgets, but the PPF shows it's not possible. Let's say Econ Isle increases its production of widgets to 5. Because resources are scarce, each unit of a resource can be used whether for widgets or gadgets, but not both. For example, if workers or labor resources work in the widget factory, they're not working in the gadget factory. Producing more widgets will require diverting resources from gadget production to widget production, resulting in fewer gadgets produced. Notice at this new point, they can now produce 5 widgets, but as the result produces only 2 gadgets. In other words, to increase production by 1 widget, Econ Isle has to give up production of 2 gadgets. This situation illustrates that scarcity forces people to choose. And when people choose, there is an opportunity cost. Opportunity cost is the value of the next best alternative when a decision is made. It's what is given up. In this example, Econ Isle increased its widget production by 1, which cost them 2 gadgets in the process. Scarcity, as we talked about in the first part, is not having enough resources for everyone's wants. Nearly every society in the world faces the same fundamental problem. how to distribute limited resources to people in a way that will be fair and effective. Different societies approach this problem in different ways. There are four economic systems found across the globe. They are the traditional economy, market economy, command economy, and mixed economy. This part of the report will be touching on only command economy and market economy, which are two ends of a spectrum. A command economy relies on the government to make economic decisions, including allocating and distributing resources and regulating prices and wages. Command economy has two types. The first one is communism, where the government owns the factors of production and decides how to use the resources. A modern example of communism command economy would be North Korea. The second type of command economy is socialism. This would be thought as the watered-down version of communism. Modern examples of socialist command economies are China, Cuba, Laos, and Vietnam, where the government controls critical industries but individuals can run non-critical businesses. As an example, internet cafes can be run by individuals, but the internet provider themselves are run by the government. On the other hand, there is market economy. A market economy is driven by consumers whose decisions determine how industries and financial markets will operate. Individuals choose how their resources are used, what goods to make, what services to provide, and what jobs to take. Resources are distributed based on supply and demand. There is private ownership for everything. Market economies are also called free economies or free enterprise systems. In a pure market economy, there is no government involvement. Because of this, there are no true market economies. A total market economy is probably just theoretical because it would exclude taxation and regularization of any kind. So, why can't we have everything we want? We live in a world of scarcity. This fact is beyond question. Our time, land, and work are scarce. Producer and consumer goods are scarce as well. Human needs, however, are limitless. You know that there is a scarcity when you have to make a choice. Once you pay a price for it, that item becomes an economic good. Which means any good or service that has a price and is thus being rationed. If it were not scarce, it would be free. And you could have as much as you wanted without having to pay for any of it. Because wants are unlimited and resources are scarce, people must make choices. Since people do not have infinite incomes, they make choices whenever they purchase goods and services. People have to decide to allocate their limited financial resources and always have to choose between alternatives. Organizations are the same way. They need to make better choices so they maintain the market share of the industry they belong to. In my case, my organization is a Thai private school that made a choice to be part of the Cambridge International Curriculum. Vichai Vitaya saw the opportunity in the scarcity of Cambridge certified international schools in my city, Chiang Mai, Thailand. It was an expensive choice as the allocation of resources, capital, and human resources were diverted to the change. Thank you very much for listening. I hope you guys have a great day. Again, this is Gigi Narrido for Advanced Business Economics. Till next time.